Hello everybody, it is the Last Raider. We are back once again with another video in comicdom. And today we are talking about Jon Delarroz and why it's a good idea to do a little bit of research before shooting your mouth off. For those who don't know, for some reason John here has he has a problem with Ethan Van Sciver, and this week he kind of got into it with some people. One of them is a guy that I actually like on the internet. It was just Peter Semeti. Peter Semeti does some amazing stuff. If y'all haven't checked out Alterna comics, do check them out. They're awesome. This guy here, don't buy anything he's selling because he is a snake oil salesman. Everything about him, he is so obsessed with Ethan Van Sciver that he has finally transitioned to the point of from unhealthy obsession to I'm gonna fucking replace Ethan Van Sciver and become the new Ethan Van Sciver. It's sad. If you've ever seen Ghost in the Shell, the new one, there is a point where one chick, she jumps into a robot that looks like a guy that she likes, and she decides she's going to completely replace him. She's going to become him, and he ends up, I believe, killing her she ends up fighting him, and he ends up killing her, I think. But anyway, here we go with Jon Delarroz. And before we get into this, I need to give some background here. Apparently, Johnny decided he was going to go in there and into Peter Semeti's live stream and decided he would just start spamming the comments about his book. And this accumulated over onto Twitter, and Peter Semeti finally told him, he said, "Look, man, you've never submitted your book to us." And Peter Semeti has a point. You didn't submit the book. I'm not obligated to help you out if you haven't submitted the book to me. Now, here's the thing. Peter Semeti does run, I believe either him or Clint Stoker, they run an open mic Monday. One of them does. I can't remember which one it is. I want to say it's Alterna, but I could be wrong. It could be Clint Stoker. Clint Stoker still comes to mind. But one of them does this. So it's not like there are not places that John could do this. The thing is, John is running a failing YouTube channel, and he's failing at the gathering audiences and crap. And so he's using underhanded tactics, which is going on to other people's live streams. The dude basically, in this tweet, he basically believes he has a right to every comic creator's live stream to go on there and promote his book, regardless of how those people feel. And you're going to see it here in this tweet. Jon Delarroz. Alterna has no right to has a no-block policy for their creators. It's hypocrisy for them to block comic-related content while preaching the force subjugating their creators to harassment. This isn't Walmart. This is social media. Yeah, let's be frank, okay? You're a smarmy, ballsless little bitch who thinks he has a right to everybody's channels that they have worked on. And no, it does not work like that. If you wanted to promote on my channel, you could pay me about $2,000 and I'd promote you on my channel. Okay? Otherwise, I'm not telling anybody what your comic book is. And in fact, I'm actively going to tell people not to buy your book because it looks like those movies, that comes out right after a good blockbuster. Like, you got Transformers, and then this one company pushes out Transmogrifiers, which is a cheaply done, cheaply written, cheaply acted, with cheap sci-fi version of Transformers, which isn't even really that good. Okay? It's not that impressive. And people get it. They buy it because they're like, oh yeah, Transmogrifiers. That's what my kid was saying. And then the kid gets it. He's like, Mom, this isn't Transformers. Where's Optimus Prime? Okay? Nobody wants your cheap knockoff crap. All right, but let's go further on down here because you see just the stupidity of this guy. Actually, Kevin Steele here, this is what he's responding to. I don't agree with this at all. He's under no obligation to allow solicitation in his chat. And as I said, That's his business. Same as you're not allowed to set up a booth in Walmart to sell your books. Regardless of legality, it's tacky. Yeah, nothing. If nothing else, you look like a douchebag when you're pulling this off, okay, man? You look like a snake oil salesman. You're having to use underhanded tactics to sell your stuff. Your book probably isn't that good. All right, but let's keep going. Kevin Steele, you're talking about on Peter's personal YouTube channel, aren't you? And this is where he gets caught. Someone, Kevin Steele is not letting this go. He's like a bulldog on this one. Unlike Peter, I don't have a bullshit block rule hypocrisy. You can stop wasting my time or I'll be blocking you 100%. Dude, how much more SJW do you have to be? Those are the people that use the mute button all the time. Okay? We're so happy for the mute button because we can just shut down conversations that make us uncomfortable, that make us question our intelligence. That's what's happening here. You know you're in the wrong for doing this. But you're also very, very in the wrong because, as we're going to see later, you are probably one of the stupidest people I have ever met, because all you need to do is you have made these assumptions about Alterna, and you did not go look at Alterna stuff. That, either you didn't go research this stuff about Alterna's blocking policy, or you know what their blocking policy is, and you're actively lying about it to slander the company, which is liable in some states. Just letting you know. I don't know what the law is where Alterna's at, but I can pretty downright assure myself that if you keep pissing Peter Semeti off, he may take your ass to court over this for the damage you are probably doing to his company because you're flat out lying. Because right here, Flurb Fnarb. On the contrary, last I heard, at Alterna Comics has a policy against using block lists. At Peter Semeti didn't forbid blocking individuals. Jon Delarroz. I might grab a block list soon and block anyone who follows these schmucks. Man, you sound like you're fixing to cry, man. Okay? Let me tell you something. You know how women say that, they like a man who, is emotional and shows his emotions all the time and all this nonsense? Well, there's an old country song. It's kind of difficult to find, but I can give you the title of it. It's called Women Lie Too. Okay? You might want to consider that with the whole emotions and everything that you're showing right now on Twitter, because it's sad. But down to the point, let's pull up, because I got a screenshot here of Alterna's social media code of conduct. This is actually pretty good. Okay, you said that Alterna would not allow their creators to block. Okay, let's look here. Social media code of conduct. You are required and encouraged to actively promote your title on social media. We do not condone the use of block bots / block lists / blind blocking / blockchains, or any other kind of program or practice that is used to block thousands of people blindly in mass. Back to your statement a minute ago. The reason why Peter Semeti does not want to do this is not because he wants to subject people to harassment. Peter Semeti does not want to be in that position where people who are fans of a creator on Marvel or DC tried to find them on Twitter and found out they were completely blocked because one of them followed someone else. Someone who is in Comicsgate or anti-Comicsgate. But if you want to use a block list, dude, be my guest, because that's only gonna hurt you financially in the long run. Bye-bye. Going on, however, back to the social media code of conduct. We acknowledge that unpleasant experiences through social media sadly do occur, and creators can block / mute individuals if they have had those unwanted and poor experiences with them. Okay, So this is what Alterna is saying on their site. They do not want you to use any form of mass blocking, but they do allow you to block certain individuals who are just damn annoying at times. Okay? You walked into the chat. Instead of being productive, you start promoting your book. And I'm really trying not to use colorful language here, but there are just some words I really want to use. We'll say jackass, because what I want to say is a lot worse. Okay? It's hard for me to wrap my head around this much stupid. Okay? It's just hard. But you walk in there like a jackass and start promoting your book, which isn't even an Alterna book, which technically under capitalism makes you his competitor because you haven't submitted your book to Alterna. And what's happening? Peter Semeti comes in there and says, no. You're not promoting your product unless it's Alterna's. Block you. Kick him out of the chat. We can't have a productive chat right now because you're in here. That's basically what's happened in a nutshell. Not exactly, but it's basic. Now you're pissed off that that he blocked your butt, and now you're getting on the internet trying to say that his company that Peter Semeti is violating his own block policy, which right here in black and white, he's not. And I know how you are, dude. You're some paranoid little fuck that thinks Ethan Van Sciver is out to get you all the time. You probably are sitting there right now if you're watching this video saying, Peter Semeti probably changed that recently. You got that, and he's probably changed that. Let me explain something to you, bub. This is from Tamara Bond-Villain. Alterna's issued social media policy. Never worked with Alterna before, but I have been targeted by Comicsgate trolls, and block chaining DNC was the only thing that stopped me waking up to hundreds of abusive messages daily. They're basically requiring their creators to endure this. All right? But pretty much you sound like Tessa Bond-Villain right now, you dipshit. All right? You're talking about harassment and everything else. She's talking about how they're having to endure this nonsense. Here's their code of conduct again. Social media code of conduct. You are required and encouraged to actively promote your own title on social media. We do not condone the use of blocked bots, blind blocking, blockchains, or any other kind of practice that is used to block thousands of people blindly en masse. We acknowledge that unpleasant experiences through social media sadly do occur, and creators can block/mute individuals if they have those unwanted and poor experiences with them. This is a tweet time-stamped at August 30th, 2018. Back when Alterna went through the policy, when they put this policy out the first time. Alterna has not violated any policy. Peter Semeti has not violated any policy. You are guilty, John, of either one of two things. Either A, you're so dadgum stupid you can't go onto Alterna's site and even look at it, which we know you haven't done that because Peter Semeti has not received a single submission from you, even though it's plain as day on his website how to submit a creation or a project to Alterna, that you're running out here shooting your mouth off about something that you could have researched, but we know you've never looked at it. Or what's even worse is you have looked at this and you're nothing more than a lying, ballsless bitch. Either way, if you as a man, you would step up tomorrow and you would apologize and own up to your mistake. Your mistake is now out here in the open. This is why I would never buy your book, because you will do this nonsense. I can't trust that you're going to even have a product worth looking at. You and Captain Cummings can get on your little live streams and circle jerk all day long, but at the end of the day, you both are I mean, I can't even trust Captain Cummings because he's been claiming that Ethan Van Sciver has been shutting down crap with no evidence has ever been produced showing that Ethan Van Sciver has done a single dadgum thing. And you're over here actively trying to be the next Ethan Van Sciver to the point where you're probably at some point, I figure at some point in time, you're going to run into, we're going to find out that you got arrested with a scalpel because you tried to Joker mask Ethan Van Sciver. Okay? If you had any kind of balls, you would get your ass back on social media and you would apologize to Peter Semeti for the slander that you have posted out there. Secondly, one other thing, this is damaging to Peter Semeti's company. He could sue, in my opinion, with just these 3 screenshots alone. You probably have opened yourself up to a lawsuit, and you just don't know it yet. You're so dadgum stupid. Anyway, folks, I am the Last Raider. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and hit that bell for the notifications, because I am putting out content as fast as I can when it comes out. Anyway, keep your head on a swivel, stay frosty, and I'll see you guys next time.